Peggy 18.
Yes, hello and welcome everyone to another episode of me mispronouncing ton of names, or as we like to call it, Banner Saga 3, here on your professional walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. Well, on the last episode, we were following the Ravens as they are going through the darkness. And we have decided, especially after that last spanking which I received, to suddenly just camp because, well, Bulwark will not expect it. So this is giving me some capability to recover because, as you can see, we still have some injuries here at our Varls, so this is gonna be kind of crucial to get it fixed. Also, I don't have to bother with the whole thing regarding provisions for some reason, so good to know. Anyhow, Bercy has something that he wants to tell us, so let's go see what he has to tell us, and let's continue this amazing game. Ivor. Bercy tosses in his sleep until he finally huffs and gives up. He sees you're also awake and comes to sit nearby. Ivor. Trouble? Bercy. I don't know how these damned ravens do it. I can't just pass out at a moment's notice. Ivor. Are you not one of the ravens? Bercy. I can see how you might get that impression. I joined Bulwark at Borgsgard because the Valka asked me to, and when that went wrong, I got roped into this like everyone else. Bercy wears a frown and leans on his axe handle. Okay, so we have multiple options again what we can ask him. Do you know an event asked for you personally? So you work for yourself? What do you think about this job? Sit quietly until the others wake up. Let's go with the first one. Do you know an event asked you personally? Bercy, let's not turn this into something bigger than it is. Okay. From I do not work for money. The menders pay well. I got some history with them. That's it. That's enough for me. Alfram had something interesting to say about that. What kind of history? Can't you tell? I didn't want to talk about it. I did odd jobs, some worse than others. They asked for a lot of weird stuff, but I'm one of them, if that's what you're wondering. I'm just trying to finish this and drink it off like every other job. Bercy wears a frown and leans against his axe. So you work for yourself? Bercy never could get into that our bones the hills stuff like the rest of you. Why should I care about the dredge or dying in battle? I'd rather have the means to do what I want, live comfortably, eat well. Turns out there's a lot of men out there thrilled to hire a varl for some blood work, so I thought I'd rather do that for a while there. Okay. Now, it's lifetime later and I never got rich from it. Spent my whole life chasing work while others profited. One time I traveled with a prince and his tax collector. Though that was going to be my big payday, people just handed their money over, piled it right into a huge cart because we told them they had to. Practically robbery. Eventually the cart fell over a cliff and exploded into a shower of gold coins, never to be seen again. This kind of reminds me of how we screwed up in the first game. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. The link is in the description to the channel. Anyhow, Bercy, I've never shed a tear over killing a man, but that I cried like a lost baby bird. It happened pretty damn close to this very spot now that I think about it. Can't leave this darkness though. It's probably all twisted up and dark as dog turds now anyway. Maybe there's a moral here, or moral there, but I'm not digging for it. Bercy again leans against his axe handle. So what do you think about this job? If you mean the Valka, you'd be a fool to trust them. I've done some questionable stuff on their behalf, let me tell you. And if you mean saving the world, I couldn't care less. What has the world ever done for me? These days, I'm just putting one foot in front of the other. There's still the tiniest sparkle of hope that I might profit from this somehow. Ivor, pretty bleak way to live. Bercy, nothing left to lose, nothing but sleep anyway. And that's gonna be it. Ivor, you keep the rest of your thoughts to yourself. I'd be in awkward silence if you weren't both Voro. Bercy, looks like it's time to get going. You know, Ivor, you can tell he's debating whether to get something off his chest. When I worked for the Volca, one of the jobs they paid me to do was to find you. You've gone into hiding and they wanted to know where. Ivor, do I dare ask why? Bercy, truth is, I don't know why. I don't ask questions, but I never found you. I have a feeling if I had, things would have ended up differently between us. So I'm glad I never sniffed around any small towns like Skork, for example. Bercy leaves with a pat on the shoulder and you realize you never mentioned Skork to him. So he probably did found us, but yeah. That is gonna be it for this camping, and we're gonna leave and see what awaits us in the darkness further ahead. We're close. I can see the tower just over the ridge. That means Bulwark is close too. Bulwark is waiting ahead, Juno says, and the caravan slows. He is patient with dangerous allies. I believe he intends to stop us from entering Ridgehorn. I will lead Bulwark away, Juno says. Avon looks blankly into the distance as though he already knew what was coming, but Juno continues. The rest of you will wait for my return within Ridgehorn. We're not splitting up now. I'm going with you. How are you going to deal with Bulwark? He cannot be controlled, but he can be misled. He doesn't know where we're headed and will believe he is pursuing us past Ridgehorn, says Juno. I will return one way or another. Folka steps forward. I don't trust you, and even if I did, you can't handle Bulwark on your own. We split the caravan. She volunteers herself, Oli and Spar, who give each other dubious looks. Folka adds, I don't take orders, remember? Agree with Folka's plan, support Juno's plan, insist that everyone stays together, including Juno. Okay, let's agree with Folka's plan, and we're gonna split up a bit. Folka hasn't been wrong about Bulwark yet, you say. Suddenly feeling Juno's gait weighed heavily, then lift as you say, she replies. Prepare quickly, she tells Folka. The rest of the caravan cautiously approaches Ridgehorn, Avid carrying the light. Fresh footprints trail off into the snow. Following Juno's diversion, the way appears clear.
I've been told this is where they found Juno the first time. Now they say it's the entrance to another world. How far had she already come just to fall here?
Ridgehorn, this brings back some memories. None of them good. Avon curses when he sees the rubble around Ridgehorn's tower. The tremors caused by the serpent have caused many structures to topple here. Avon exclaims, there should be a doorway leading to... Give me some time, he says, running off towards the base of the tower. You can see him waving his Volca staff, heaving enormous chunks of rock aside through sheer willpower. A little help, shouts Volgard, drawing your attention back to the fort's courtyard. Bulwark is nowhere in sight, but his warped allies didn't miss you slipping over the bridge. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. Let's go like this. Can we promote some of our characters? Can promote you, but I'm not really sure how much is gonna help me. Because I cannot invest any additional points, so that's kind of annoying. So let's at least promote the 2 Varl. So you have 2 level 10 heroes, plus the level 10 stone thrower. I don't know what to expect of the enemies. The warped can possess just about anything from dredge to Varl to people to animals. Son of a... This is bad. Like, this is really bad. Like, bad, bad, bad. Oh, okay. And I also cannot guarantee they will not receive reinforcements. Make it quick before Bulwark finds out what is happening here. Yeah, I don't see them getting reinforcements, so we're gonna try to let them come to us. We're gonna build up some willpower. Hopefully that is gonna be possible, because once we're gonna start spamming those points, it's gonna be kind of annoying to deal with. You are just an annoying person, to be perfectly honest. We're gonna try to return the favor. Reduce that pesky armor, so Ivor can then initiate the combat. We're gonna see how well this is gonna work out. I'm gonna have to rely on my Varl to be the front line and take the majority of the damage here. I'm gonna keep Krummer where he is. Gonna take Ivor forward, and this should kill the first one, which is gonna give us the capability to use the lightning. Damn it, they are getting reinforcements. Okay, we're not done yet. Question is, can you use the Axe Storm? Yes, you can. Okay, that did not work too much. We're gonna try to interrupt whatever the heck this thing is, because it's kind of freaking me the heck out. Okay, that did not do too much damage. Looks like Valka is here. It is done. Let's not do this again. I'm really sure what the hell happened there, but whatever. We're gonna go with, you know what? What if I were to move here? And we're gonna go with the stone wall and theoretically tempt these guys to attack him. Okay, beautiful resist there. We're gonna move in here and we're gonna start tossing some axes. Man, Ollie can really throw a bunch of axes. Is he gonna kill this thing? Wow, I mean, I'm shocked. He got that thing super low. I really don't like using Spore. I'm not sure what it is, but... Okay, let's try to kill him. Nice. I'm gonna try to use the lightning somehow here, but I'm not sure if it's gonna work. I'm trying to make sure that I will avoid, what's his name? Okay, confuse. Let's try to confuse this thing. Nice. And we're gonna have to move in Krumer to deal some added damage. We're gonna have to move around Ivor too. Unfortunately, he is blocked off by the other allies, so I'm gonna have to come up with some different plan. I'm gonna start removing the armor on the warped dredge. You know what, let's give you some will points. You do the Axe Storm. Let's see how well you do in comparison to Oli. You suck at this. You know that? I really hate these weird abilities that they keep spamming. It's kind of creepy. Let's remove the armor further. Let's see if we can... do some added damage here. This thing is gonna be a problem. 15 armor, 22 strength. We're not done yet. Awesome. Love to see nothing more. Okay, I really want to move Spar the hell away because I don't know how to use him properly. Okay, weaved energy. What does that thing do? Target gains 1 will and passes energy on. Okay, no. Let's give you rest. Not really sure how that is gonna work. Okay, let's see if we can use the lightning at least a couple of times here. Okay, and unfortunately did... oh man, it knocked off my person. That sucks. We just lost 2 people. 1 due to my own mistake. I really don't know how to work with these lightnings. They do whatever the hell they want to do. It's kind of really stupid. Okay, nice hit. I really need to do something with those 12 points of strength still. Hopefully you're gonna be able... 10, 12, kill it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Can we reduce the armor further? Yes, we can. How about the Axe Storm on this guy? I want to get rid of the Spearman because he is doing a bunch of damage where he's not supposed to. Now let's reduce the armor. Any damage is good damage. We just lost a ton of strength here. Really am not a huge fan of the fact that lots of my Varl are always injured. Now there's our 2 injured Varl. I'll have to heal. Come on, kill it. Nice. Okay, there goes another one. 2 more to go. I'm not sure if the lightning is gonna work on these 2 right now. We need to move you closer. Okay, beautiful. So let's repeat that. And let's reduce the armor. This one is almost dead, 1 point of strength. But 7 points of armor. Yeah, unfortunately that did not work out too well. Even with 1 point of strength, you can still do enough damage. That's impressive. Really glad they are not getting reinforcements, otherwise I would be totally royally screwed. Oh, come on. What was that? That was horrible. Okay, unfortunately, 2 of my Vorl are injured. So it's another warrior. So Bercy got injured. Volgard got injured, but he was able to absorb those initial attacks thanks to the stone skin. But it did not last too long because I did not send in additional units for support. So I kind of did screw him over there. If this is what Bolver can bring to bear, you can only imagine how much worse it would have been if he were here. Juno weaves between the bodies of the fallen dredge and catches your eye before she heads up the steps of Ridgehorn Tower. If you're head to hear her thin voice, when you are ready, join me. She must have given Bolver the real run around the spar. He keeps glancing at the bridge as if expecting to summon the berserker by name alone. Think I better make sure Avon's almost done. How about I whistle when it's time to go? Alfram offers to ferry you anywhere you need to go. Okay, so we have multiple options. Also, we have the achievement of shortcut. Let's see how the injuries are working and what the hell did just happen to the game. It kind of crashed on me. Awesome. I love it when this happens. Okay, so sorry for that. I'm not really sure what the hell happened there, but we should be able to continue. So we have a bunch of serious injuries. I think at least like 2 days of rest would be definitely a good idea. But I don't even see the option to do so. What does the tower do if we click on it? Because I'm afraid if we click on spar, something bad's gonna happen. Whoa. Is this serpent alive still? Jesus. I thought you'd be helping Avent, says Ivor. Juno, I had to check on something. Look to the horizon. The serpent whirls in the distance. It knows we're here, but won't approach, hopefully. Is it scared of you? After the last two encounters, I can understand why. What does it want? I believe it is simply waiting for an opportunity. For now, it's just trying to discover what we will do next. Ivor, I know that feeling. Juno, these horn towers are portals the Menders built long ago. They allow us to enter the inner earth, the dredge home. Ivor, I knew the dredge came from below. But inner earth? Like caverns? Juno, no, not at all. Imagine another world with sun and sky like our own, but within our own. This will be a dangerous path, but the quickest route to the place where Avent will undo all this. Juno sees the skepticism on your face without looking. I also came here to speak with you privately. I know Avent may seem unusual or unapproachable, but he is a good person. You seem an unlikely pair. Usually if you have to tell someone you're not bad. I don't care for him much, honestly. Let's go with you seem an unlikely pair. Juno, I can see why you think that. The fact is, I saved him and he saved me. He is kind and devoted. Ivor, there is a smile on her face and you realize that it may be the first you've seen. Juno, I don't know how to talk about it without sounding like an infatuated girl. I truly love him. I know it won't excuse things to say the Volca lead different lives, hurt in their own way, but don't we all deserve to be loved by those who would do anything for us? Okay, we do. You have to admit it's hard to know what I should believe. You two are not making it easy. Let's go with the second one. You do have to admit it's hard to know what I should believe. Juno, it is not lost on me. When you asked to come with us, I was uncertain. I didn't want to take you away from loved ones, but I'm glad to have you here. I consider you a friend, one of the few Avent and I have left. I will do what needs to be done to fix all this, no matter the cost. And I've decided that no matter what happens, I will not influence you again. I promise you that. Trust is important. Ivor, a whistle reaches you on the wind. You leave the churching coils of the serpent on the horizon and return to where the others have already entered the tower. So I'm not really sure if I did screw up by not talking to Spar. And it looks like Bulwark has reached us. I'm gonna take a couple of snapshots. You join the others already waiting in an enormous chamber beneath the tower. So what do you expect to happen next, spotters? Avent steps to the edge. We jump. Heavy footsteps echo of high walls and a dreadful outline stands in the doorway. Well done, witch, says Bulwark. Made a fool of me again. Even from here you can tell he's shaking with rage. Avent screams for everyone to jump, but there is only hesitation. Volca turns and walks to Bulwark. Volca. The caravan watches Volca with rapt anticipation. I doubt we'll get another chance to talk, Bulwark, so I had to know. Is there anything left of you in there? Bulwark. I never left, Volca. You left. We thought it was what you wanted. I thought I was following orders. What's done is done, says Bulwark. Volca. Yeah, that doesn't sound like you. Ivor, you get as close as you dare. The two barely acknowledge your presence. Remain silent for now. He'll kill you, Volca. That's not Bulwark anymore. Not really sure what to do here. He'll kill you, Volca. Probably. Bulwark, better listen to him. I'm almost as unpredictable as the company you keep. Volca, what is the Volca can undo this, Bulwark? What if they really can? It doesn't have to end like this, you stubborn dolt. Bulwark. They lied to you, Volka. They're lying still. Bulwark points his axe at the Volka and static flickers across Avon's shaking hands. Bulwark, those two took our reputations. They took our freedom. They took my life. They did all of this. Even if they can save this world, I won't allow it. Volka, are you kidding me? Life's not fair. Is that your argument? Even when I was 8 years old, I never gave you such sniveling drivel. Don't destroy everything we made to save your pride. The Ravens need you, so do I. Bulwark, you feel the slightest shift in Bulwark's demeanor, but in a blink it's gone. Bulwark, jump down the rabbit hole, Volka. I won't stop coming until every one of you is dead. Volka, that's all you've got for me? Me? Volka snatches Bulwark's axe from her belt, the one he threw near Strand, and pushes it into his hand. If this is just revenge, why wait? Trust Volka's intuition. Pull Volka away before something goes wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna probably pull her back just in case. Either jump Volka. Worse for wear. Achievement unlocked. Oh. Not really sure if he would have killed her. Things are suddenly moving too quickly to react. You have Volka aside as Bulwark cleaves through one of your horns and buries his axe in the side of your face. Hot blood splutters forth, your sight darkens and the room spins, but somehow Volka manages to drag you to the pit. Lightning arcs from Avon's staff, scorching the ground around you in wild patterns, catching Bulwark's fur cloak on fire. Ravens reluctantly leap into the pit and you follow, tumbling down into the darkness as the light from the hole above recedes. A roar rings in your ears like the bellow of a thunder. Bulwark leans over the edge, his face weathered in flames from the smoldering cloak. It's the last thing you see before everything goes black. Okay, so it looks like we're back at Arborang. Rook is looking worse by the day. And let's see what will happen here. Sometimes you awaken more tired than when you fell asleep. This is one of those times. Elo is silently sitting beside your bed. Rook, Elo, were you watching me sleep? What? No, yes, I mean, Adeve sent me to get you. Wasn't sure whether to shake you, or wake you, or let you... Rook, what's happening? Elo, nothing good. Rook is free. He's creating problems out by the gates. Elo, Adeve's trying to talk some sense to them now. Okay, we better hurry. How did Ruga get free? While we were busy fighting a Sunderer and saving the city, his men broke into the prison, killed some of Petrus's guards too. Are you kidding me? Wish I were, says Elo. I hate to say it, but we should bring as many clansmen as we can find. It could be a grave mistake to leave them behind. Rook, why you don't think they'll be safer here? Elo, I don't think we'll be safe without them. Damn. Looks like the darkness is ever closer, so I'm not really sure what can happen. Also, again, we have to deal with the goddamn provisions, and again, we cannot purchase anything. So our renown will just keep on decreasing, and decreasing, and decreasing. At least we don't have any injuries. Let's go to the gates. I should have killed that dumbass when I had the chance. You squint in the sunlight outside the cool shade of your tent, and a smell reminds you of a small farmhouse you once lived near in Skork. The field is full. of horseborn, a lot more than there were before. Ubin stands in their midst, the shepherd of a confused flock. He's chatting with Gunnulf, catching up on lost time. Ubin spots you and waves, beckoning you to join them. These horseborn lost a lot of leaders. All at once, he tells you about the news arrivals. They haven't found a lot of sympathy here in Arbrang, despite helping defeat Ruin. Hate to crowd your camp, but what would you think about taking them under your wing? We've had enough trouble with the horseborn already. Are you sure they want that? We won't know until we ask, Ubin replies. In times like these, I believe it's better to have too many friends than too few. Approach the horseborn and offer them protection under your banner. Have a horseborn ally speak to them on your behalf. Let's do that. Several of your horseborn who have traveled in your caravan are nearby. Considering Cannery's troubled past, you think it would be best to leave her out of this. Ask Dredge, veteran fighter, to speak on your behalf. Ask Rook, tribe leader, to speak on your behalf. Ask Skatash, skilled trader. Let's go with the tribe leader. Rook raises his head as you approach. Do you know any of these horseborn who arrived with Ubin, you ask. Ubin translates, chuckling. He asks if you know all the men in Arbrang. Rook agrees to ask regardless. You can't make out the words, but Rook talks with a warrior's confidence, holding their attention. A conversation emerges. By the end, he turns to you and says, "Some join." Problem is, lack of supplies. Unless I will be able to purchase lots of them, I don't know what to do. What kind of trouble got stirred up when we need the whole town? The kind that turns into an angry mob. Oh, god damn it. My least favorite kind of a mob. I really wish in the second Banner Saga we would have just dropped that island on which he was, and none of this would be the issue now, but eh. Through still gaping holes in the splintered wall, you glimpse at the dredge indolently lurking. Blearily eyed workers do their best to fill the cracks. The foreman spies at you at the head of the caravan. Got any fighters with strong arms? Gods know we could use them, and they'll be well fed. Give them a token number of volunteer fighters to help patch the walls and stand guard. Give them enough fighters to get the job done quick, a few dozen at least. Ignore them, make apologies. Let's do the first one. It's all we can spare, you claim. Some clansmen don't seem to mind the chance to do something productive with their idle hands. So this has improved our morale, but once we get a hunger check, it's gonna go down. We have way too many people in our banner right now. And with 128 renown, I should be able to purchase quite a lot of provisions, hopefully. Hopefully. So many saviors occupy the dirt along the common paths. They begin to blend together. A young girl conquers her shyness and comes begging for food at your feet. Others are inspired to do the same. Before you even check, you already know there's nothing left to give. You consider what to tell the growing crowd of open hands. Ignore the beggars, promise to do what you can when you have time. You're not sure why you said it, even you don't believe yourself. The others certainly don't, going by the quiet judgment on their faces. Yeah, unfortunately, if I will not be able to feed over 1,000 people, including Varl and Horseborn in my banner, I'm not sure what to do here. Looks like there are a bunch of fatalities here all over the ground. A bunch of dredge and other people. Dredge killer, shouts a woman as you approach. Contrary to what sounds at first like an angry mob, the opposite occurs. Thankful survivors crowd around asking questions you can't answer. What if dredge attack again? What about the darkness? What do we do now? I know as much as any of you. Hold on. Hold out hope. I personally know the Volca are well on their way fixing things. Things are bad, but we'll survive, one day at a time. Sorry for that. Things are bad, but we'll survive one day at a time. Well, let's go with the Volca stuff. Many of these survivors have no banner left to claim, but cheer their fealty to you and follow towards the gates. After your rousing speech, you don't dare send them away. God damn it, not more clansmen! How am I gonna feed all these people? There's a ton of dredge outside. At least they seem to be making some progress on the walls. Are you kidding me? Nice when you don't have to be responsible for absolutely everything. After dealing with something, they finally pitched in once they realized you're not going anywhere.
I don't know why, but I find myself instinctively worrying about Alette as I approach the gates, even though I know she's gone. Despite everything else going on, it's still mankind that worries me the most.
A growing crowd is gathering at the gates. It is easy to tell the curious bystanders from the hardened, darkened faces of Ruga's loyalists, but there are plenty of different colors being flown here. The Varl are also nearby, looking uncomfortable. As you step forward, the disgruntled murmur of the crowd turns into the squeaking of rats skittering into hiding holes. Ruga, as always, wears the satisfied smile of a man who drowned his own humility in bottomless ambition long ago. Okay, sorry, had to grab a juice box. All this reading makes me feel like I'm back at school. Ruga. Our savior has joined us. Maybe now we can hear some sense. I'm tired of listening to your bitchy yap. Adif, you prefer it to my bite? Ruga, that's why a vicious dog should be muzzled. Disrespect Adif again and see what happens. You don't see the irony in that coming from you, Ruga? I don't know what you mean. As usual, I only want to protect our people, but Adif hears what she pleases. Adif, the only one to condemn. It starts with the dredge. How long before you convince them we're the next enemy? Rook, what do you mean starts with the dredge? Ruga, she would throw away all of our sacrifice to let them walk through the gates. Adif, just as there are Varl here, Horseborn, many of those outside these gates are women and children too. We know this, Hakon. Be that as it may, tell me why I just lost good Varl fighting them for hundreds of years A thief. When our leaders tell us to fight, we fight. The dredge are no different. Bellower is gone. Aelus and Ruin are gone. Are the rest beating down our doors, crying for blood? No. They cry out for mercy. All I'm suggesting is that we don't leave them out to suffer in the darkness. We can find a way. Before he died, our king said everyone lives. Who is Ruga to disagree? He is no king. Ruga, the thief is right. There is no king here. Look at the faces around you. Some who just lost children, trampled beneath bloody dredge hooves. Shall we invite the dredge into for another go? Hakon, I don't see how any of this matters. When the darkness covers us, we'll all be same sort of dead. But all things being equal, I'll shed no tears for the dredge now. Ruga, here, some common sense, and what does our heroic Thunder Slayer believe? Speak up, we'll all be waiting for your wisdom. We should not be listening to criminals who covered in chains while we died on the battlefield. We could fight the dredge when they come in again, or we could take a chance on peace. Make a heartfelt appeal to the masses. It won't defend the dredge if it leads to war amongst ourselves. We could fight the dredge when they come again, or we could take a chance on peace. Allow me to prove that once again you're answering the wrong question. Ruga appeals to the crowd now, speaking loudly. Friends, shall we fling the gates open wide to the murderous dredge? Embrace their hammers and stones. Should I let this hysterical woman endanger your families, your kin, for murder's stinking slag? Rook, angry shouts erupt in response. Fury fills the faces of those closing in. Ruga's faithful draw steel. Okay, to be honest, if this time I'm gonna get the chance to kill that dumbass, I'm just gonna take it. It's gonna make everything so much easier. Okay, trying to think what might be a good choice for us to do. I cannot invest any points. You have 6 points to be invested. You have 0 points. You have 3 points, but you cannot invest them anywhere. And you have 2 points, but you cannot invest them anywhere. Awesome. We're gonna be dealing with human enemies, I'm guessing. So, trying to determine what is the best party to take. But I think this will do. I mean, with my skills in turn-based strategies. It's not gonna end well anyhow. Let's put the Horseborn here. Let's put the Varl here. Let's put our archers behind. Let's see if they're gonna get any reinforcements. It looks like no. Gonna have to be careful to cover Odif's flank. They have 2 archers. Majority of their soldiers are melee combatants, so they are forced to close in the distance. Nice deflection. Okay, let's see if we can move you here. And we are gonna press forward, and we're gonna start dealing some punishment. Okay. Gonna use trample, and we're gonna move you over here in order to close the range to the archers. If I decide to move Hakon forward, they are gonna be able to initiate the combat first. Nice deflector. Let's go with 8 points of damage to the strength, which is gonna almost kill this soldier. We're gonna work on reduction of the armor. I'm gonna have to move Cannery a bit further away, or she's not gonna like this. This should allow me to kill the spearman. Okay, so I can do damage to him, and that should do damage elsewhere too, theoretically. No? Okay, interesting. They have moved into the Varl. Strange tactic, but okay, I'll take it. We're gonna initiate combat. Let's do mule kick on this guy. It's gonna reduce his armor. We're gonna move back here. Adif took damage from the arrow, but we're gonna try to return the favor. I'm just not sure how much damage he's gonna be able to do with 3 points of strength, unfortunately. But she has 11 points of willpower, so whatever damage I can do to the armor, I'll try to do. It's one spearman down. What are your abilities? Pin. I'm not really sure what did that do. Adif is once again injured. Awesome. Varl are holding up. If I were to do mule kick like this, that's gonna do something. Let's work on reducing the armor. Let's work on reducing the strength. There's still that one archer with 11 points of strength. Cannery, you know what? Do damage to this guy. Because he has 14 points of strength, and I'm quite sure he's gonna try to attack here. I'm gonna move you to initiate and do damage to him. And I'm trying to... Okay, we can actually kill the spearman. We can do the Tempest thingy. So I effectively killed 2 of them. I'm not sure if this archer stands any more chances. So unfortunately, Adif is injured, as per usual. A lull in the fighting, but it looks far from over. If anything, it's just begun, and that's what worries you most. There's no need for this, you shout. It falls on deaf ears as more and more men draw weapons. The wind picks up, tearing a banners that whip above your heads. A growing gale throws men from their feet and bludgeons your sense of balance. A storm funnel approaches, crawling above the gates. Riding it is Zephyr, her platinum hair curiously untouched by the maelstrom. She lands amidst the fighters like a leaf delicately falling from a tree, somehow terrifying in its grace. "Stop this lunacy," she howls. Zephyr, what is this? Put your weapons down. Ruga. Even Ruga's unflappable demeanor seems subdued in the Valka's presence. Traitors threaten to open the gates and let loose the dredge. We only mean to stop them. Adif, liar. You are the only real threat here, Ruga. Zephyr, warped creatures reside within the coming darkness, twisted and ferocious. That is the true threat now. I would have come sooner, but I was searching for a solution to protect Arbrang, and I may have found one, if everyone can be civil for a moment. Where are the king's menders? I need them all. Urga, they've done as they please since my Nov died. Zephyr, he's dead? Then, as the last surviving Valka, I'm taking control here. I expect the rest of you to put aside your differences while I gather the menders. We were attacked without cause. What about the dredge outside the gates? What did you mean about warped dredge? Yeah, let's talk about the dredge outside. Riga, I'm sure she has little time to worry about such petty disputes. Zephyr rubs her temple in frustration. You don't need to befriend the dredge, only make space for them within the walls. When the warped come, they will be relentless. We cannot afford to give them more weapons against us in the coming days. Zephyr departs, unshredded by raising gusts of air that lifts her towards the keep. She leaps in long bounds like a spring reindeer out of sight within moments. Ruga looks to be at a loss, but only for a moment. How vindicated you must feel. I envy you. But no, not everyone is so reasonable, so easily persuaded as me. Convince them. He raises his voice again over the distressed murmur of the crowd. Step outside these gates, brave Rook. Ease our minds. The Valka thinks they can be trusted. Walk amongst the dredge, Slayer. Throw down your weapon and prove to us all how harmless they are. Okay, screw it. Open the gates. Ruga flinches when you give the order, but hides his surprise quickly. You called his bluff, and now you have to deliver slowly. The large doors are pulled open for you. You take a deep breath. Someone pushes the scored banner into your hand and it weighs heavily. Drench stands shoulder to shoulder beyond the gates. The warbling stops at you as you approach, and their many yellow eyes turn in your direction like a field of sunflowers. You force your legs to move. The dredge part around you, it feels suffocating, even though they do nothing but watch. Now completely surrounded, you turn around where equally captivated clansmen stare breathlessly from inside the walls. You reach for your weapon and the dredge shifts nervously in response. Then you drop it to the ground. The air is still, as if itself afraid to breathe. You raise the banner. Dredge follow as you walk back into Arborang. They follow through the gate. They follow into your courtyard. And then a man shouts. You can see his face clearly, but you don't recognize him. Just some guy. It's hard to hear what he's shouting, but it sounds like you'll kill us all. He hurls a spear towards you. Others draw weapons. They raise bows. Everyone reacts as once. You feel pressure across your chest, and touching it, see blood on your hand. You can't breathe.
Dad.
You scramble, sobbing to where the body lays. This is my fault repeats in your mind like waves crashing on a shore. I did this. Besides Rook lies the banner. You wrap it around him like a sling, pushing his lifeless face from your mind. You drag his body frantically through the squall of battling clansmen as if they weren't there. A sudden blow to the back of the head steals your sight. Dizzy, you're raising, being pulled by your cloak. It's Petrus. His guards are scattered and overrun. The mob bucks like a wild beast. Nearby, a varl brings his shield crashing down on someone's head. Horseborn scream in the distance. The smell of smoke fills the air. Blades lunge at you from different directions, and you emerge bleeding around the corner of an alley. We need Zephyr, you cry, pulling at the body stiff within the banner, though you know it's too late. The violence is spilling out of further into the city. Riders smash down doors and corpses lay openly in the streets. Some of them are very young. There is no cure for this, Petrus grieves. Arbrang is broken.
Arborang is broken. Now the strength of your banner will determine how long you can hold out, while Ivor and the Valka push on to their destination. Your choices up to this point, the number of clansmen, fighters, varl, and supplies remaining, buy you days of survival. When your days run out, catastrophe will follow. Use this time wisely.
What with 0 days of provisions, I will not last for too long. And if Rook is actually dead, then maybe I'm gonna try to go back. With 0 provisions, I don't think the city will stand for 17 days. Okay. You find Zephyr near the keep where she's preparing the menders. She turns as you approach. Captain Petrus, I told everyone to stop fighting. My friend is hurt badly. You have to help to do something, please. Bastion. The stone guard who joined you near the gates has been carrying the body. He leans over to show Zephyr. Zephyr shakes her head. I'm sorry, even the Valka should not meddle with the dead. How did it happen? You left us. It doesn't matter anymore. Just tell us what to do. This has been coming since Mynolf died. It doesn't matter anymore, just tell us what to do. I'm sorry for your loss. At least there's a few decent people left in the city. Listen carefully. I devised a shield of light that holds back the darkness, but it reaches is limited. With the menders joining the efforts, we may be able to encircle all of Arbrang. It will mean positioning them even across the walls. And if the madmen are running well in the streets, killing indiscriminately, Petrus, I'll make sure that doesn't happen. Adif, I'll have Rook taken somewhere safe, just until we can pay our respects properly. You nod numb. How long can you keep the spell of light going, Volka? Zephyr, assuming the plan works at all, perhaps if we rest in shifts, a number of days. It depends on our food supplies, and stopping the warp from slaughtering our menders. They told me you fought off a Sunder. No small thing, but that will be nothing compared to what is coming. Petrus, what do the warped even want with Arbrang? Zephyr, as far as I can tell, only mindless death and destruction. If this is why I want to dredge inside the walls, Adif and other Volca, Juna and Avent, they can stop all of this? Zephyr, we crossed paths. They continued into the darkness. If they're going where I think they're going, and if they actually make it, there is hope. But none of it matters unless we get these menders safely on the walls. You lead a group of Zephyr's menders towards the gates where the fighting is worse. The darkness is already drawing close, throwing soot into the air. You push into the fray and clear space for the menders to do their work. Men fight the dredge. Men fight men. The fighting curls around you like wildfire until you are engulfed in it. Despite your best efforts, one bare-chested, shrieking madman charges at you, but it is crushed into the dirt by the heavy stone bludgeon of a nearby colossus. The stone guard stares at you, past you. Bloodied men encircle you like vultures, screeching thrills, insults. Traitors, ravens, starvers. The stone guard nods some kind of understanding. It seems to recognize you too. Okay, I would really appreciate if I can actually stop the combat, because goddammit, the episode is already too damn long. But I do want to see how a freaking bastion works, so this is gonna be fun. We're gonna switch a D for Ursa, and we're gonna, I don't know, take you. Because I have no idea against what I'm going. The menders must not fall. Good to know. So we have 3 of them, which we need to defend at all costs. Which means each Varl gets 1. This is gonna be annoying. Fortunately, they seem to be out of range. I'm kind of afraid that they're gonna be able to close the distance quite easily. So I'm gonna try to push a bit forward to see if I can stop their approach. Might be a risky tactic, but I'll have to try my luck here. Unfortunately, that means that they might be the first to initiate combat. But whenever I can, I will push back. Fortunately, this is gonna block off our dredge friend here. You know what? Let's move you. Damn it, I wanted to set it up to kill him. I screwed up there. What can the menders do? We can mend. Awesome. So far, yeah, I'm not. Let's just rest up here. They have lots of soldiers over there. We're gonna try to keep recovering the shield on Hakon if possible. Okay. Nice deflection. Six points of armor. We're gonna have to move Ursa a bit. Really nice attack. We need to protect the menders. So I'm gonna kill this guy because he's closest to them. This one has 15 points of armor, 14 points of strength. Let's kill this one. Hikon is almost dead. I'm gonna try to see if I can mend him, but I'm not sure that is gonna work. Because sure, the armor will protect him for a while, but not for that long. Ursa is gone. Not good, not good. If we lose our menders, we are kind of screwed. And they're approaching the menders. So I don't like these odds. So Hikon is gone. With 6 points of armor, this is not looking good. Bring the pain. Yeah, they are not gonna... I'm so gonna lose this, that's for sure. It's not that I'm trying to end the episode despite the fact that it's already kind of long. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna do a fun thing on the next episode. I'm gonna go back a bit and we're gonna try to choose some different options to see if we can actually keep Rook alive or if it's meant that he will have to die. I just want to know what the options are. One of the menders is dead, so that is already kind of screwed. Two more soldiers left. One mender left alive. Try to move him away. I still think that I failed, but whatever. So I don't think I will be able to mix martial arts. Nice. Unfortunately, lots of people got injured. And without any provisions, I especially do wonder if I would be able, even without the provisions, but by having Rook alive, by not going outside of those walls, if something would change. So get those menders up on the walls, Petrus shouts to his guards, and keep everyone else away. The stone guards follow you like lost puppies, scaring any straggling fighters away from the walls. Petrus' guards escort rattled menders to the top, where they join with other menders. Closing the gap, Zephyr vaults from the ground on a gust of air, soaring to meet them. The darkness touches the crackling walls, oozing over the edges. Wicked shapes titter and lurk on the other side, just beyond sight. Menders, shout Zephyr, now! I'm seriously starting to get a little bit annoyed by the game not giving me any chance to cut off the episode, and I would seriously appreciate it greatly. This is just weird. Okay, please tell me for the love of God we're gonna break somewhere or something. The caravan fell silently in absolute darkness until you lost all sense of time and place. Before hallucination and madness set in, you felt Juno's touch pillow you into a sleep state and protect you from the worst of it. Now dim light finally reveals approaching ground like an island rising from a midnight sea. You touch the ground lightly, then heavily, and your stomach lurches. Your face still burns from the wound Bulwark gave you. Walking feels like you've never done it before. I made sick in my head, announces Sparse. This is the inner earth, Juno tells everyone. This is a cave, grumbles Oli. I'm not impressed. In the gloom, Juno looks absolutely ghostly, beckoning you to follow. Reserve judgment till we emerge. And I don't even have the possibility to camp to pause the freaking episode. The Mender's light plays tricks with the cracks, shadow dance across sharp edge, and distended cavities. Oh hey, someone sighs, almost apologetically. I may have a problem. Ditch is sitting on the ground. He appears to be missing a leg, but at second glance it's been swallowed up by a deep, narrow hole. The floor is riddled with them, like a coral reef. Oh, he continues. Oh! But Oli claps a hand over his mouth. You all hear it nearby. Scraping on stone, through stone. Draw weapons and encircle Ditch. Drag Ditch out of the hole as quickly as possible. Try to make a distraction away from Ditch. Draw weapons and encircle Ditch. A ring of ravens draw their weapons like an iron flower blooming. Juno raises the light inside the circle and you all stare breathlessly out towards the void. It's a good thing too, shields, you shout as creatures rumble out of the darkness. God damn it, come on! You know what? Screw it. I'm not gonna go for another engagement. This episode is already full of me mispronouncing way too many freaking names, and on top of it, I'm gonna try to return a bit more back on the next episode and see if we can keep Rook alive. So, yeah. I'm gonna cut it off here. Hopefully it's not gonna screw up the game somehow for me, but I don't care. So anyhow, that is gonna be it. If you did like the episode, give it a like. If you have any advice for me, feel free to leave it in the comment section. It helps with the YouTube algorithm as well. Now, I publish content on a weekly basis, so if you are looking for something fun to watch, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. I do all sorts of things, from discussions to comparisons to God knows what else. Link is in the description. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I will see you at the next one. Thank you for watching, everyone. Stay safe out there. Hopefully I will not totally screw up my entire save file, and I will see you in the comments or at the next one. Thank you, and bye-bye for now. Now, only to figure out how the hell to leave this menu and try to go a bit back on the next episode. That would be awesome.